This episode is brought to you by Draggin Bags. Sean's rocking the cap.
Sure am.
Great logo. Even better bags.
You see it right here.
Yep, that's the logo. Little claws, grippy grips. So go get your grip on over at dragginbags.com. Again, I can't say it enough, though.
They worked this
Sean,
weekend, man. And listen,
They've turned us into good throwers.
Tom Stranger, we'll get into it a little bit more, but Tom Stranger should be singing the praises of these bags because he threw them great this weekend.
Hell yeah, because they work for everybody and they're fantastic. So join the cult over at dragginbags.com. Drop code BIGASS12 at checkout. Now it's time to get to getting.
Yeah, their designs. Their new designs are awesome.
They are sweet. Maybe some fun stuff coming. Who knows?
I've heard a rumor that there should be some sort of like big ass collab kind of bags coming in the future. So
sounds pretty sweet to me.
I'm very excited. So,
by the way, don't forget to bring me back my bags.
Oh yeah, they're in my car.
Okay,
Gotcha.
I'm gonna follow you out.
We did not end up using that set.
What?
We used my blue set because the boards were a little sticky. So and
Needed something
Tom
to move
needed
up a little more.
Yeah, Tom needed something a little faster. So when warming up, I preferred the white set, but then we switched. It was fine, like it was good enough. But they were
There's not a bad
faster.
set out there.
There's not.
Is all you're saying right now.
Correct.
So, it's a beautiful thing.
It is. It
Code
is.
BIGASS12 at checkout. Dragginbags.com.
Do it. All right, welcome back to the Big Ass Cornhole Podcast. Sean and Dane are with you as always. What's up, dude?
Not too much, just here on a Monday night.
On a Monday night?
Can't complain. Watching a little Monday Night Football, and we have really awesome fans.
We do. Oh yeah, we do. We do. So Dane, you know what? You kind of hinted at it.
I sure did.
All right. So before we get into anything else, Dane, do what you do best every single week. Let the folks know what we're drinking tonight in our favorite segment called "What You Drinking."
What you drinking?
All right. So let me set the stage. Fan of the show reached out, and he's like, "Hey, you guys like beer? I like beer. Can I send you beer?" And I'm like, "We like beer. We would like to review beer. We have the beer here. Shout out to
Beer here.
Shout out to Eric or Arik. Not really sure which one it is, but Mickelson.
Is it Ulrich, like Ulrich von Liechtenstein?
It's Aric. All right, not to throw it out there, but Mickelson. Thank you very much, man.
No relation to Phil.
So he sent us 6 different beers.
Yes, he did.
4 from one brewery, 2 from another.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just do a random draw, but I do think that we should start one each of us from the same brewery, though.
Okay, we can do that.
So let's do the Cocoon one.
All right, we'll start
I
there.
don't know why. The cans gave me good vibes.
Which
start it
one
off
are you
well.
looking at? Which one do you want?
I'll take the other one.
All right, so Sean got the girly one.
All right, so what do you got?
So I have in my hand Glass Wing. It's a hazy IPA, 6.3%, and it is from Cocoon Brewing Company. Sean, what are you sipping on?
I am also drinking a beer from Cocoon Brewing Company. It is called the Orchard Swallow. Orchard Swallowtail. It's a hazy IPA, triple IPA. So, so this could be fun.
I mean, what's
If
the
you like
percentage of that?
9.6.
I mean, do you want to switch?
What is that?
6.3.
Well, let me try this first.
Okay,
I'll
I'm
take
just
a little.
you know
Let me just.
we both have to work tomorrow, but
listen. If you're into this kind of stuff, just close your eyes for a second. Oh my god!
double
You're
your
listening to this in
pleasure.
the morning and you just got hard. I'm really sorry. Oh, double my fun. All right, first sips. Let's see how
Here.
this goes.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, sir. All right. Okay.
Mm-mm-mm.
First of all, fuck me that's triple IPA. There's no goddamn way that. Holy shit, that's really good. You want to try
This is here we'll swap.
it? Swap.
We're brothers. It's all right.
One sip in. It's all right.
It's not gay. You're the one sucking my dick.
I knew it was coming. That's what he said.
Oh boy.
Wow, these are both fantastic.
Yes, they are.
Okay, so you can definitely tell that this is a triple compared to that.
Yes, you honestly
Little
get kind of
hoppier.
the almost the
Little fuller.
alcohol.
Yeah, I
like
was gonna
on
say,
the end
it's
of
a
it.
fuller
again,
feel, a fuller finish.
That just means you're gonna stop tasting that after like.
But if you
3-4
like
sips.
hazy, like citrusy stuff, like oh my god, is that good?
Yeah.
And you're just looking for like, hey, I just want to get one beer, but I want to get something out of
There's
it.
something on top of
here.
it too, like some kind of fruit
I don't know.
juice. Like, is it like? I don't think
Is
it's
it
it's not
orangey?
like. It's not grapefruit. Might be grapefruit. I don't know. It's got something in there. But I do quite like that one. And then this guy, man, the glass wing.
It's
I want to sip this on the beach. Like I want to be like out back grilling. Like this thing's so good. It's a great drinkable hazy IPA. Fantastic choice.
Stone fruit hop bomb.
Stone fruit. God, I should have
The
known.
old
I was thinking
favorite.
like maybe dragon fruit, but it was a little more tart than that.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like a mixture of stone fruits.
Really good. Phenomenal.
Delicious.
We'll stop and pause.
Well
We
done.
grab the next one.
Yeah.
But again, Arik, thank you very much, man. Really appreciate you. And they're delicious.
I'm
all right,
excited.
so we have more audio gold planned for you all this week. We're going to recap ACL Open number 4 that was held in Hamilton, Ohio. We have dramatic readings, of course. And then we're going to be joined by one interesting fella. All right, a guy that I got to meet this weekend in person. I think he's going to be a killer interview. He's known as Seabass around his area, but Sebastian Schaefer Ford.
Hell yeah.
So really excited for that. But before we get into all that, we're going to let you know what's going on in our cornhole lives in a segment we call In and Around the Hole.
Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
Honestly, I thought you were going to say, like, after you said Sebastian, I thought you were going to say Maniscalco.
No.
You know,
Wasn't.
I thought you were going to mess it up for a second.
I almost did,
I know you did.
but
know.
I got it, man.
I know. I'm
Subtle
impressed.
pause. All right, we got it.
You're getting better.
All right, so so this weekend, what did you do since you abandoned me and I had to go to the Hamilton Open solo?
Originally, my wife and I were expected
Okay.
to go see Bryn
And so it starts.
and Izzy.
You guys didn't go?
No.
Why?
She canceled.
Who did?
Bryn.
Why did Bryn cancel?
She had to work.
Bullshit. You guys.
So we ended up going to the lake. And we found this out on like a little earlier. But Amy was pretty bummed. Like, so I had to do the husbandly duty. So we just went out to the lake. Had a great time though. Like real quiet, calm. It was pretty chilly, but hit up our favorite spots and yeah, just drank and hung out.
Happy for you.
Yeah. You know,
Sweet.
threw some. I
Did
set
you?
up the boards out back and
Okay.
chucked around on Saturday. Yeah, honestly, it was warmer there. Like it was probably like 55 in the sun. Like it wasn't bad on Saturday. So yeah, busted out the boards, threw for a bit. I was throwing local bandits
Okay.
and the OG Eric Anderson carpet bag. What the hell is the name of that
Which
one?
one?
It was the
Not the Charger.
It was the navy blue set that had just the EA logo on it, and then it had the old Big Daddy carpet on the other side.
I know. I can't remember. I know what you're talking about though.
But anyways, dude, I forgot how great that fucking bag was.
Yeah.
But guess what? 1,000% not legal. But yeah, that was the extent of my throwing. And then besides that, I tried to go to a simulator and it was booked, so I couldn't get in.
How about that? So Saturday, ACL Open number 4, Hamilton.
Oh, you went?
I did.
Oh.
So it's about 3.5, 4 hours, depending on traffic and all that stuff. Luckily, beautiful weather, like easy drives. Like it was pretty nice. Left my house at like 4:15 in the morning, Saturday. Drove out there, swooped up Tom Stranger so that Justin could sleep in a little bit. First of all, little shit was giving me crap later in the day because I'm like, hey, me and your dad are gonna be mic'd up.
Yeah.
I need you to like film this for me. He's like, ugh. I'm like, listen, Dick. I
Let
picked up
you
your
sleep
dad.
in.
Yeah, so you can sleep in, so you can do this for me. So you're welcome, Justin, by the way. But yeah, scooped up Tom. We headed to the venue, and then we ended up playing doubles in like the lower non-open or in the lower open section.
Okay.
So, you know, they separated them now, and opens are pro and elite, and then everybody else. So our goal going into it was like Tom really wanted to make tier 1. I honestly didn't know where. Again, I don't throw that very, very much. I know we went to the regional, we did well last time, but that could have just been me.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to have expectations when you
exactly.
just don't throw very often.
Especially during warm-ups, I was not throwing well, so I was a little worried.
That's my MO now. I just throw terrible in warm-ups, and all of a sudden, like game time, Not too bad.
Yeah, and we made like a late game back switch because when we were warming up, the boards were a little we're a little slow, and we knew they were going to get slower. We were throwing our typical white set, and I told Tom, I'm like, all right, I have another set of blue. They're broken in, but like they're way newer, like just not as used, and they were moving up the board way better. So I told us, just watching him throw, I'm like, listen, you're money with these blue ones. Like you really are. Like let's make the switch. So we made the switch. They were much faster, and I can't really blame it on the bags at all because I started off really well.
Yeah.
We ended up winning our first 3 games pretty convincingly. Like we weren't really like worried about anything. Tom threw outstanding, and I want to give him his kudos because like his back has got to be exhausted from carrying my fat ass around all day Saturday.
Well, I saw that he posted he has a bad hip and shoulder, not back. Correct. So
but no, he played
strong,
great. And again, what I loved about throwing with him is that he just does the same thing over and over again. Like you put a block down, like he throws like a slightly tilted bag, and he just bangs into it, and good shit just tends to happen. His bag's always around the hole.
Yeah,
but he hit some really timely push shots, and he played really, really well. I mean, I think of our 6 rounders gamed, I would say at least 4 of them were over 10 to the average.
Hell yeah.
Your boy had, I had one game. I had my one game of 11.
Hell yeah, Sean.
3 rounds.
Double sticks.
3 rounds.
I love it.
Hell yeah. But yeah, it was fun. We ended up making tier 1. We went 4-2. We should have gone 5-1. It was round limited. So I asked you yesterday.
This was my favorite.
How many games that ended early or ended because of round limited? It was 14 rounds. Each game was 14 rounds.
0.
1.
You had 1 game end because of too many rounds.
Yeah, it was the game that we lost. It was the first game that we lost.
Okay.
So we were absolutely cruising. Like I'm thinking like, oh shit, like we're like with how Tom was throwing. And I just came off a game where I just threw an 11. I'm like, oh, we're good. Like we're fucking cooking. We're putting something together, and we were playing fantastic rolling in this game. And the 2 guys that we were throwing against were really good. Like it was a fun game to play. I understand why pros like it because when everyone's really good, it is fucking.
It's
awesome.
Intense. Yeah.
It is. It is so much better. Like when you care about a game and you're really competitive, when everyone's like on top of their game and like every shot seems to matter, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I got out in front of my guy, and I think I gave us like a 5-0 lead. We battled back and forth, and then eventually Tom gets a big round, and we're at 11, right? So I think it's like 11 to, yeah, it was 11 to 3. With heading into with 3 total rounds left. Tom had just finished up, so I have the bags in my hand, 11 to 3. We'll just say I got 2 more rounds, so I had 8 bags to throw. In those 8 bags, I gave up 9 points, and we lost by 1, 12-11. In the 14th round.
The old Sean special.
Jesus Christ, man. I was so pissed at when I gave up the 5, I looked at Tom and I'm like, just give me the bags back, and like that's my bad. Like I was trying not to let it get in my head because it was the first really bad round that I'd had all day.
Yeah.
Like I just straight missed the board left on a bag. Didn't hit the board at all. And like Tom looked at me and he's like, that was weird. I'm like, yeah. And then what happened in the next one? Overcorrected. Bag wide right. I'm like, oh shit. Like, all right, and luckily I made the last 2, and of course he 4-bagged me, and that,
that'll do it.
And it happened again, so it was fun.
It's all right, Sean. Again, you got to look at the positives though. Think of that 11 game. Think of all the other wins you guys had.
And then we rolled.
Your one mistake was letting the game you didn't finish it. You should have been killers and finished it.
I don't know what everyone else, but like we rolled right in from one game to the next.
Yeah.
So we go from that loss into the next one. And I was not starting off well. Like I think I started off with 2 straight 8s. The guy that I threw against, I can't remember the guy's name, but shout out. He said he listens to the show. Would not miss. Like did not miss for the first 4 fucking rounds. And I kept throwing 8s and 10s. And I had Cito sitting over there, and he's trying to give me advice, and I'm like, dude, like
Cito, you know Sean well enough to know that is just not the best idea.
I finally hit, I kept missing push shots, and I finally hit a push shot, which was not even technically a push shot. It was like throw a normal bag and the 2 bags should just go in. And my opponent was like, hey man, nice shot. And I looked him dead in the eye. I'm like, don't patronize me. I'm like, I know I'm throwing like shit. You don't need to patronize me. And I felt like such a dick after the match. I'm like, dude, like,
So
you're
guys,
too
the rule of
competitive.
thumb
Like,
is
just stop.
Sean would respect you more if you just weren't nice to him.
Yeah.
When you faced him. All right. He just sees it as patronization.
Here's my thing: is feel the vibe.
Yeah.
If I'm throwing against someone and I'm doing really well, and I can just feel that I'm not gonna like.
See, I know to look at you in that situation, be like, finally.
Yeah.
All right. Can we start playing now?
Mm-hmm.
Or if I'm facing you, that's when I patronize.
Well, the worst
be
part
like,
was
good job.
I hit that just to give up 3 points. 12-9, so that was fun.
Yeah.
Great. So it was fun.
Hey, again, you still got to go out and play. You
I know,
got some victories. You got a bunch of games in for a Saturday.
So I realized that when it's round limited, and I know people hear this and they're like,
So
"Oh my god!"
So you thoroughly enjoyed round limited?
There's no difference.
Again,
we never had to worry about it. At our level, I didn't have to worry about it.
Mhm.
At the pro level, you saw almost every game it mattered.
Yeah.
For us, one game out of how many did we play total? 10 games. So 9 out of 10 games, 14 rounds. It didn't even matter.
Didn't
it wasn't
factor
close.
in.
It wasn't like we were getting 21 at the 14th round. No, it was like we were at 22 by round 6.
I mean, I was like looking back through my like longest rounds
Yes.
ever or my longest game. I think my longest game to date on Scoreholio was 21 rounds.
Yeah,
And that was in Al's barn.
Okay. I think I had one that was 21 or 22 rounds against Chad Braun a few years like 2 years ago at a regional when I had no business like playing, but I just got hot that day and was throwing slick side down, just old
I remember
man
the day
style.
vividly. That was a battle.
It was. I played everyone tough that day. I think that was the day I beat Eli Stevens finally, head to head, and but yeah, it was fun going out to play. I like getting I just wanted to play as much as I could. I felt shitty. Like once we went into the double elimination bracket, we had like a 2-hour break, but they didn't tell us it was going to be a 2-hour break. Listen, we've been to TCL events.
Yes.
I am all for the midday siesta.
Just
give us 2 or 3 hours to go get some food. Just let us know.
Yeah, let us
because I would have run back and checked into my hotel, got that all situated. But instead, I was just kind of waiting, like, oh, we could get this message at any point. So if that was my one pet peeve about this was that, just communication wise, if there's going to be a break afterwards, awesome. If not, then there can't be this 2-hour lull for
people
us.
are allowed. People are allowed to like go and leave and do things.
Correct.
They need to.
Correct.
It recharges their batteries. Guess what?
Yeah.
That helps them stay for the.
But
final
I will say,
games and
overall, thought the tournament ran really well. They were having some internet issues, but like.
That's Ohio.
What are you going to do about that?
Were they hosting it in my basement?
But you take your tablet up to the score, and there's 3 guys sitting there. Kevin Fairchild was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he took care of me, I'd go up there. He'd fix it within 30 seconds. I'd be back. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal. Attendance-wise, I think that was like the biggest question I kept having people ask me. What were the numbers like?
Yeah.
From what I was told by ACL people, was that this was the highest turnout so far this year for an open. And I think that by this year, I think they mean like this season.
I mean, you're in a hotbed location. It
doesn't surprise me.
Ooh,
Now,
jinx.
And it would have been even better, but there was a big charity tournament in Louisville, which was like 2 hours away from there.
Not that far away.
So a lot of the people like in that Cincy area, like a lot of the AKL guys, they went to the charity tournament instead.
Yeah.
Apparently it's been going on for like 2 or 3 years. Like they've been going, and it's like I could like cash payouts and stuff.
Sucks that they had to choose between the two.
It does suck. It really surprises me that the ACL, there's not like some mandate for pros, like, hey, if we're like coming to your hometown, like this is like, what are you doing? Like, what are we doing? Like,
so
I'm all for like
it as such or something.
they don't push it right now, but it would not surprise me where if we're like, hey, if we're coming to your zip code, you need to make the effort to come to this one.
Yeah.
Or we need a really good excuse, not that you're just going to go to another higher paying tournament.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, it is what it is.
It's tournaments everywhere.
It is.
Can't control it all, Sean.
Other than that, yeah, nothing was going on.
Nothing really doing.
Sunday, we just purged the house because we're hosting everyone on Wednesday the night before, right? So we're going to have like 20 or 30 people at the house. So our kids are spoiled beyond belief, and they have way too much shit. So mom and dad kidnapped the kids for the morning and afternoon, and me and my wife just like purged like 90% of their stuff, which is a great feeling.
Yeah.
Like just decluttered. I'm like, oh my God, this feels so nice.
Where'd you donate it to?
We have somebody coming to pick it up tomorrow. Not really sure.
Our Lady of the Wayside.
No, it's not that, but it's something like that. So, but it's great. You just call and they come like 2 days later to pick it up. So we just have to hide the boxes from the kids because Logan was already going through it.
All right, so
stuff out.
while we're on the subject of this, I was talking with my mother-in-law because she has a nice couch that she was getting rid of and replacing. It wouldn't fit down here. She wanted me to bring it here, but it wouldn't fit. So I was like, well, just hit up Greater Cleveland Furniture Bank. They'll come pick it up from you. She's like, yeah, I already called them. They charge you. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, this is going to be $250.
Oh, really? It's that much? Okay.
To come haul it away. I'm like, are you kidding? Like, somewhere that they're going to go resell it and make full profit on it. The least you can do is come pick it up. Horrible. Just horrible things. Anyways. So, yeah.
$250 seems excessive, but it doesn't surprise me that there's some
we
hallway
deliver
fee.
Across 4 states for $175.
No, you guys are not charging enough, apparently.
Apparently, we're doing it wrong. All right.
But overall, it was good. Like going again. I like going to the events like where pros are going to be at because sometimes it's an opportunity for me to like stop, pay attention to somebody that like I wanted to see throw in person again.
Yeah.
Just to kind of remind myself, like, all right, this is their game. This is what I think stylistically who they could translate well up against. So you want to go through like the results and stuff?
Yeah.
All right. We'll start with singles. I was not there on Sunday when singles were going on, but followed along the bracket. And it really doesn't surprise me all that much on the names that are kind of among the top there. Overall, Jacob Trzynski, he takes down Eric Davis. We had Ethan Walker and Matt Guy also win their brackets. Now, I can tell you firsthand experience that Matt Guy was not too pleased. He had an early exit on Saturday in doubles.
Yeah.
As he was walking out, he had a very serious face, was clearly not happy. And I tried getting it. I'm like, hey, Matt, see you later. And
and I'm sure he was very happy to see
Correct.
you and greeted you with open arms.
Second in the bracket is a name we
can
need
I
to
just
start.
say real quick,
Yes,
though,
please, go ahead.
Trzynski is making me look like a smart man.
Oh, he's great, man. He's
starting
phenomenal.
I literally said that he was going to be, he's my 1A this year.
They did not do as well in doubles as I hoped. Like I thought that they could have won like the bracket, but again, he's a top 10 player in the world right now. Like he just has that full game. And again, Eric Davis. And now it's weird because this is round limited, right? So this is kind of Eric Davis's
wheelhouse.
So we expect him to do well in this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see him again through 21. Like, are you going to put together that full season? But with round limited stuff counting just as much now, doesn't really matter. Like we have to really consider. I mean, Eric Davis is a top 10 player. Like if we're talking in terms of like pro finishes, easily.
Mm-hmm.
If round limited is taking as much weight, and it is.
Very true.
So, Matt Guy, it's nice to see. You know what I mean? That it can still be done. You know what I mean? Against, it seems like every fucking person in that building can roll a bag. Like I felt so out of place.
Well, you got to learn how to roll one. No, you don't. Don't do it. You don't have to.
Matt Guy, thank you, man.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Got to warm up with Matt Guy, like right next to the board and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, came over, chopped up. I mean, I know he gets like a bad rap like on the boards because he's a passionate guy.
He's intense.
But listen, when it comes down to it, like if he's not in the heat of the moment, he's a very approachable, very nice dude. Like I've always enjoyed Matt, and him and Brett are going to join the show again. I talked to Brett for a few minutes too, so they're going to be future guests here.
Of course, we'll bring him on.
Second in the bracket is a name that I think we need to start paying attention to because his name keeps popping up, and I wish I would have remembered to go and try to find him watch him throw in doubles. Ethan Farias, like it's just his name keeps popping up, and I think it's time to kind of
we've said it a couple times
put
recently.
Him on the radar a little bit. Zach Aikens, another name that young gun just keeps popping up. Second in the bracket,
not Zach Atkin. We said Zach Aiken.
Aiken, correct. Also second in the bracket, Jamie Graham and Ryan Trader. So Jamie Graham, I think he needed this. Like he doesn't go to that many opens.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he takes the time to get out there, he better do something. And second in the bracket, that's a good showing.
It is, exactly. So it's worth his while. Ryan Trader, again, just continues to do really, really well. The dude's just always in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just a really tough out. And you watching him throw in person, his throw is down. You know what I mean? Like, don't worry about the step over. Like, he wasn't the one being called for it. There were several times I got to witness the officials going to work, and it's
do they need a flag?
They do.
Right?
They need something. Yeah. They need just to spice it up, just a smidge.
Like just make it like more dramatic. You need something.
And like there needs to be like an official call of like what the penalty was.
Yeah.
Like you know, there needs to be a flag and be like
stepping over the line.
Yeah, yeah. Like a foot foul.
Like Stepping over the line.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Yeah. Ooh.
We can come up with it. Yeah.
That's gonna be our next video. Done. All right, we're done.
Too much time.
Yes. Yep. For sure. Third in the bracket: Trey Birchfield, Levi Haddock, a name we've been mentioning. Really good player out of Texas. I think we're going to be hearing his name a whole lot more this season. Adrian Brunson and Hunter Thorson. Fourth in the bracket: Gabe Dolan. So I love Gabe Dolan.
Love him too.
One of our favorite dudes. I did not run into him all weekend.
Dude, he's like on the
Stealthy.
outskirts.
Yeah,
he
man.
is. Yeah,
But he's always a guy like I like to go up and talk to.
and he'll
I
usually if he would have seen
Yeah.
you, he would have walked up to you. Like
Gavin
he's a
Cano,
great dude.
fourth in his bracket. Probably a little disappointing. He didn't seem to be like as sharp as I've seen him in the past, but I did get to talk to him for a few minutes, and he said he's feeling good and he's ready for the big stuff.
Maybe he's just tired of this little stuff.
Probably.
He's ready for the big stuff.
Adam Hissner continues.
Speaking of big stuff.
Yeah, Adam Hissner, got to see plenty of him. Ironically, it was like every time I saw Adam, it was like in line to get a beer. So it's just weird how we kept timing up like that.
That is a strange coincidence.
And then Bryce Forbes. If you're not familiar with Bryce Forbes, again, follow the junior circuit this year. You're going to see his name a whole lot. He's really, really good. I believe he played doubles with Eric Davis, and he's a really good player.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's go down to doubles. So I got to watch a significant...
Shout out to Matt Wilson too, fifth in the bracket.
Yeah, sure. The janitor. I got to meet him in person as well, like as advertised. Just the nicest dude in the world.
Dude. Yeah.
Like, really, really nice. So if we go down into doubles, I watched a good portion of it. Most of it I went live for I think the last 3 or 4 rounds for the B bracket. So I got to see a lot of those matches live. The overall finals was Logan Dupler and Levi Haddock, and they won over Jimmy Humans and Ian Cripps. Going into that match, man, I didn't think that anyone was gonna beat Humans and Cripps. They put a hurting on Kano and Trader. Like, it was bad.
I mean, Ian Cripps, man, I'm telling you, kids just keeps going up, and love to see Jimmy Humans put something together.
Yeah,
listen,
it's
Humans
been a game
since
is
he's
correct.
been around, so
Correct. And I honestly, they're a sneaky team, man. Like,
they
you,
kind of are a sneaky team.
every year, like.
You're not going to miss them walking into a room.
And Cripps is like every year, Cripps keeps getting better.
Yeah.
And you pair him with someone as solid as Jimmy Humans. Like, he's a pro's pro. Like, he's going to come in and he's going to average around like upper 9s PPR for the day. He's going to hit some timely airmails. And you put together a run like this. Like, it's a really good sign going into the pro season.
It definitely is. Is it time for like the Wonder Kid to finally just be like the Wonder Kid?
I think so.
I'm ready to see it, man. He's only gotten better.
Third in the bracket, we had Sebastian Schaefer Ford and Jordan Power, and Gavin Cano and Ryan Trader. Now, I got to watch a lot of Sebastian Schaefer Ford and Jordan Power. They were in the B. They won the B bracket.
Yeah.
Um,
Can we actually? Can I just stop you for 1 second?
Sure. Go ahead.
I know. Just
The winners.
there's the winners.
I know,
They
I know.
have a typo. It says
Logan
Logan Duper.
Oh, it is.
Come on, guys. Let's get better.
You're
All
right.
right, moving on.
But no. But good point though. Logan Dupler and Levi Haddock are problems.
Oh yes, they
They're
are.
really fucking.
I mean,
good.
again, they made us look really smart because we've only talked about them every tournament.
And Dupler's like one of, if not the hottest player in the country right now. Like,
Mhm.
it would put him in like maybe like Devin Harbaugh, but Harbaugh wasn't here.
he
Yeah,
just
I mean,
seems
like,
to
he's
be that
really
young
good.
buck that's like turned it up, and
Yeah, man. Like,
they seem to always do like pretty damn well in this shit, like
Yeah.
moving forward.
yeah,
so.
he's playing really, really well. So, but I had the opportunity a lot to watch Sebastian Schaefer Ford, Jordan Power. Man, I heard things about Sebastian before. Seabass, we'll call him.
Yeah.
All right, save ourselves some breath. I didn't really know anything about his game, but I kept hearing that he was really good. He was throwing Titan darts, right, which are not like an overly fast bag on the carpet side,
No,
but he threw those bitches slick side down all day and was just masterful. Like, he is a tall drink of water, tall, lanky motherfucker, and he throws that bag, it seems like 25 feet in the air. And just the touch that he has with the bag on slick side is really impressive. Like, every bag was like just barely dripping in. And at one point, I think on live broadcast, I want to go back and count, I believe he was 13 for 13 in airmails. Like, he hit 13 straight airmails to the point where Jordan Power was like starting to lose it. Like Jordan Power was like, okay. You know what I mean? Like just, when Power feels confidence from the other side, he starts chirping
turns
more.
it up. Yeah.
And that's when he started talking. And it was great. Like, super impressed. High PPR. Did not even consider blocking behind ever. You threw a block, he ripped an airmail, and he would just like stand there. And he would smile and chit chat with you afterwards and kill you with kindness. And it's like the kind of guy like, I don't want to like you right now because you just hit 4 out of 4 airmails out of my 1 block. And then I shanked the push and you got 4. Like, I don't want to like you right now, but you're a really nice dude. You. Yeah.
So like his game's kind of like Doug Zaft-esque when he was like,
no, because he can throw a normal, like he can throw a slide shot. Like he throws a little bit lower. He's not carrying the bag that far.
Yeah.
But his airmail is like, he throws slick side down airmail and he just teardrop. Like it never fucking hit anything. It's like he just had it, was just that locked in.
Hell yeah. I mean, that's.
And then Jordan Power was vintage Jordan Power. Down the middle, not doing anything fancy. He's going to block behind. He's going to hit timely airmails. And overall, he's just going to eventually beat you. They were really fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, and great showing together. That's awesome.
For sure. Gavin Cano, Ryan Trader, just put 2 really good throwers together, and they're going to be fine. AJ Sims and Braden Wilson had a great weekend. I did live stream for one of their matches. Braden Wilson is really, really good. You watch him in person, and you're like, God damn, this kid is so accurate when he throws like that roll shot.
Oh, it's disgusting. He knows exactly where his rollbacks go every time.
It's crazy.
It's nuts.
It really is. Like they're one of those teams that they just every time they show up, they're going to be a really tough out. And Sim seems to be locked in and like taking this very seriously. And they have potential to be like a top 5 team if they really
Sims
break
knows
out.
what he's got.
Yeah.
Like I mean, they have good chemistry. Why not build on it and see be the best team there ever was? Let's go.
Another team that was super fun to watch throughout the day was Noah Almanza and Landon Crabtree. Crabtree is just, I never really talked to the kid ever. Seen him throw a few times. No, it is trippy as fuck watching him throw a bag at you and when it spins the opposite direction. Little quirky, spin. He's got like this really long routine where he's flipping the bag in his hand, stops, spins, grabs, and throws. Like it's just quirky as hell, but he's really good.
Whatever floats your boat, man. I mean,
in the finals, I felt bad for Almanza because Almanza just didn't have his A+ stuff. Just was a little bit off and just couldn't kind of get it over. But
do you think we could see Almanza take down the title this year?
He's got to be sharper than what I saw in person. Like does he have all the shots? Yes. He was not accurate with any of them. No, he's not the greatest sample size, but he was clearly frustrated. And it's not like, that's why I always get
the moment that you have to have.
That's why I always get so surprised when I don't see Tony Smith like in whatever he's doing in something like this. Yeah. Because Tony Smith never seems like he's like that far off on his stuff. Almanza had some really bad misses, but then he has some incredible recovery shots. So you're like, you see he has that professional throw, right? Yeah. That high revolution, can tilt the bag and everything. He just couldn't hit a roll. And I feel like he needs to abandon ship on some of that stuff and go back to like what he used to be really good at, which is just hitting airmails and pouring bags in the hole.
Block, push, replace, and hit airmails. Like that was the name of his game.
Stop trying to manipulate every shot, and sometimes a straight shot's a smart shot.
Yeah, for sure.
Another name, if you were kind of venturing around asking people, like I was kind of asking, like, what's your polls? Like, who are like the best? Like, who are players that you don't want to face right now? A common name that kept coming up was Spencer Fabunar. He took third in the bracket with Jacob Harrison. Yeah, Spencer is throwing really well, really well right now. He just took down another college doubles event. He's one of those guys that I feel like by the end of this year, I'm very excited to see where he's at, because he feels like he could be very close to taking that next step forward and like starting to really like take control of some of this stuff.
I mean, I hope so. That'd be nice.
Cody Henderson and Ethan Walker also took third in their bracket. Man, they have a super interesting dynamic. I think
but we're watching it grow in front of us. Yeah, well, and they're still winning games.
That's what they were clear in that championship match. There was some clear communication stuff going on where Ethan was not happy with what Cody was doing. It was very awkward at the end. I think it's very apparent to me that these guys are never going to be best friends.
They just got to learn from it.
But I think they both embrace it. And if they're going to do this as like a business thing, Ethan Walker's going to stand on top of his shit right now. He's one of the
Yes.
top 5 best throwers in the league right now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It comes to a question of which Cody Henderson are we going to get? And it can't be this question of like, I don't like the bags, and you have like pouty Cody. Cody just needs to embrace his fucking shit and realize that like you have this opportunity that was not present a few months ago, and you are now getting the privilege of throwing with one of the best players in the country. Make the most of it.
Get the bags back to
What did Adam do when he got paired with Birchfield? Made the most of it, right? Like he had a really good fucking season. I would love to see Cody grab life by the horns and just get back to being Cody Henderson again.
Yeah.
The league would be a lot better if those two together were making a lot of broadcasts. It would be a lot better. It would be a lot more fun.
Do you disagree in thinking that he should just focus on returning the bags right now?
Yeah, 100%.
To the best player. It's like, you do your part and hold down your end.
Yeah.
Don't worry about having to be a motherfucker and score a bunch.
I want to see Cody
Focus
Henderson
on doing the little shit.
Above, like I want to see Cody Henderson with like a 10-6 PPR.
Exactly. That's when he's most deadly.
Yeah.
Just slick bagging it, running you to death, and all of a sudden, boom, he just drops that block.
Correct.
And people are like, oh, shit. Okay, now I have to hit a shot. That's Cody Henderson.
Yeah.
But I feel like he kind of maybe pushes to manufacture sometimes right now. Like I saw it last season a couple times, but
a little bit.
Got to trust it.
Other notable teams, Samantha Finley and Elizabeth Tennyson had quite a day. They take their third in the bracket.
I love to see that, man.
Yeah, they were throwing very, very well together. And then Justin Burton Jr. and Logan Chamberlain also took third in the bracket. At one point in the day, I thought they were going to be the team to beat. But, third in the bracket, you lose a game when a close game, especially round limited, and it just happens.
Yeah, I mean, Logan gets easily distracted. So
fourth in the bracket, had a really nice run. Dalton McClem and Gina Ramirez are a team to consider as like a pro doubles team to kind of watch out for. And I'm only saying that because Gina Ramirez with an unknown Chris Roybal last year. Now, Chris ended up showing up in singles as well and is obviously a phenomenal player. Dalton McClem, though, has been a consistent qualifying pro every year that he's been in the league.
People underestimate how good McClem can be.
So I was live streaming a lot of their matches, talked to Dalton afterwards, and I'm like, so how do you feel about the season? He's like, I feel after this weekend, I feel a whole lot better. He's like, I didn't realize how good she can be. And Gina Ramirez, it's just not a fancy game. It's down the middle. We're going to put a lot of bags in. I'm going to hit some air mails.
She's going to hit some air mails. That's it.
And then you watch Dalton throw, you're like, oh yeah, you are a pro. Like you're really good. And you've been good for a long time.
And he's lefty, right?
No, he's not.
Oh, he's
ready.
Not. Okay.
Yeah.
But he's got all the shots. Yep. And
gotta give a shout out to the other one other fourth place bracket team, Terry Mathis and Corey Morrison. Corey Morrison, proud member of Team Big Ass.
Hell yeah.
Got to hang out with him a little bit. Bought him a Woodford.
A Woodford. He's such a nice gentleman.
Yeah, so he's a solid dude. And they were playing really well. They were very close to making they could have easily won their bracket.
Yeah,
they're very close.
Do you think we'll ever be able to get us two with Corey Morrison on one side and Matt Abernathy on the other?
Yeah,
we need to make that happen.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
I think that would be a gay old time. There'd be so many IPAs on that bar.
Oh my god!
We'd be like, don't take them away. We need a count.
Corey, I'm going to get Corey on the show.
Speaking of which, are you almost ready?
Yeah, I want to get Corey on the show. He's got a super interesting story about his primary sponsor, which is Kingsford.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, what goes better for cornhole than Kingsford, like the company?
Which one are you feeling?
You're gonna pick. Blind squirrel me.
You take that one. I just did a hazy, so I'll save you with the hazy for the next. I'll wait till you're ready.
All right, so let's do. You ready for dramatic readings?
Hell yeah!
All right, I might have you read them because my voice is starting to go again. You're good.
Okay.
In a world where bean bags have brought men to their knees, social media serves as sanctuary for keyboard warriors. Time for the dramatic readings.
I did get to cornhole, and funny enough, Sean, I took the same photo.
Did you?
I did. Tyler Parent. I find it kind of ridiculous the average player can't play against pros and opens anymore. You're telling me a asterisk X 5-year ACL Pro, 1 ACL Pro title, 2 Pro Crew Cup titles now has to spend an extra $500 to play elite just so I can play in the highest division? Everyone I've talked to is super bummed about this. I was looking to hit a couple opens this season just to get back out there and have fun, but this new rule is making me question that.
So what do you think?
I think this is coming from an ex-pro, like you said.
Yes.
I understand that maybe he won't be able to go play with his buddies, but at the same time, there's new rules in place. You can still go play against good competition.
So so making this rule, who does this protect more?
This protects the 7.5 to 8.5 PPR thrower.
Like we talked about last week, right?
Yes.
I think so. Somebody made a mention. I think it was Eric Cherney, and he obviously he's in the know for like a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
And he made a point of saying that the average player did not want to go to an open and face a pro. Like they just don't want to. Like they know going up to the board that they're going to lose. Like it's not a great experience.
Yeah.
So that's the average player. You're always going to have outliers on both sides, right? You're always going to have the best player there. You know what I mean? But then there's also the argument like, oh, this protects the pros. Like you don't want to have. It's not a great look. It's not a great look for the ACL if one of your pro players is going like tier 3, and
Very
guys
true.
like me are going tier 1.
Yeah.
It's you know what I mean. It's just not a great look.
It's true.
But it's also not a great look when you have non-ACL pros win an open.
Well, can they drop the slogan "Anyone can play, anyone can win"? Then, because right now you're not allowing anyone to play at the highest level.
Well, you can still play. You just don't play against the pros.
Yeah, but it's
So they're still allowing anyone to play, and anyone can win their respected tier.
I just feel like that motto was more true when it was just a huge hodgepodge.
I don't think.
But I'm not mad at the separation. I don't. To me,
I
it
think
doesn't
Tyler
matter.
Parent, being an ex-pro, right? He's coming at it from like, I want to go play with my friends again. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to. I get that, but you have to look at that is one out of probably like what every 1,000 players there are.
Exactly.
Like they have to look at. You have to look at the masses.
Now maybe
You do
allow
not-
like an honor system or something. Like, hey, if a former pro who had a signed contract with us, if another pro wants to like pick you up to like go play in an open, maybe they allow it.
No, then pay $500. No, I'm not trying to be a dick, but like if I was an elite player and no, I don't give a shit if you're Tyler Parent. Like if you want to, I had to pay $500 to play.
But he
here.
made it.
You didn't make it back because guess what? Me and you are the same level.
But he
right
made it
now.
at one point.
Doesn't matter. Didn't make it last year.
I'm just trying to be devil's advocate.
No, I know.
agree with you
I know.
100%.
No,
Like, pay your money.
It's
I'm
a
just
tough
trying to think of
situation.
another way to argue against them. There's really not. Like you said, just pay the money and you go play with your friends.
I don't think that this is a issue that's keeping people from showing up to tournaments besides guys like Tyler Parent.
Well, and you have to look at the circle that he's talking to about it. It's probably a bunch of other guys that maybe aren't pros anymore, and some are still pros.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's who he's talking to about it.
The 30 people that are going to respond to this are not the 1,000 people that might still go to that event.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So like that's my whole point is like, yes, it sucks for Tyler, but everyone else like doesn't want to just go there and get waxed. You know what I mean? Like,
Very true.
so I don't.
I mean, shit, you and Tom were able to pull out some victories.
Yeah,
so,
correct.
I mean, something's going right. Are you ready for this guy yet?
Yeah,
Can we
let's
crack
do
it
that
in
before we go
between?
to the next one. Yeah, go ahead.
You got to crack yours too.
Oh, sorry,
man.
sorry.
Come on.
Sorry.
For you at home.
Oh God, so wet.
All right, so this is Badger State Brewing. I'm drinking the musky Citra IPA. It's delicious.
I'm going to be having the Grassy Place Hazy IPA, also from Badger State Brewing. It is juicy, tropical, fruity, and smooth. 6.7% alcohol.
Oh yeah, what is my percentage? Where are you? Show yourself.
Oh my God! After this, it's like nothing. It's like a Miller Lite. It's really good though.
Oh, 6.9%. All right, I'm catching up to you.
Ooh.
Another banger,
All right.
Mr. Erickson.
So I had a really long ass.
Oh, can I guess who?
Go ahead.
Was it was it a reply to that post?
Yes.
From his name rhymes with Smitch. Camness? No. Okay.
No. I want to save this whole response for like next week though.
Okay.
Like I want to do
We
it
can
like
do that.
it justice. There was one question that was posted by let me just pull it up real quick here. Jacob Louder. He posted a question before. He had so apparently here's the situation. He was partnered up with like a not a good thrower. Right?
Okay.
So he said
Blind draw or
in a blind draw, correct. So he had a terrible partner last night in a pretty big blind draw. He also had her the week before. The week before, she averaged a 2.2 PPR.
Yeesh. All right.
Okay. So he drew her again, and then as soon as the draws came out, he had like 4 or 5 people flock around him, all giving him kind of shit, like oh, that
Yeah.
sucks. Well, apparently she overheard some of the stuff, and she fucking left.
Okay.
What should happen in that scenario to the player who's left? Like now, this guy is now just left there standing. Like, should he be allowed to play as a walker? Should he be refunded his money? Like, like, if you were the director, you're running a league. What happens, or if you're running the blind draw, what would you do in that situation?
So
He did not do anything to.
He didn't do it. Yeah.
Force that lady. He didn't go up and be like, "Hey, you should leave."
Yeah.
And if I win, like, I'll split the money. There's none of that shit going on.
And I've actually been in this situation.
Okay. All right.
Where I was at a blind draw, at a local bar.
Okay.
I drew the lady that's never played in anything.
Anytime I go to a blind draw, that's what I get paid.
And I had a great time. We actually won our first game.
Yeah, which is way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it was awesome. She didn't realize that like after you lose, like it was double elimination. So we lost, and she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna like go out to the bar and get a beer. Like it was nice playing with you." I'm like, "Well, we'll have another game." She's like, "Okay, bye." Then she just left. Never came back.
Which I mean could definitely happen if you just have some random.
So in that situation, they just said sorry and took my money, and that was it. But I think what should happen,
Are you
depending
serious?
on, yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
So then depending on, the only problem was there weren't that many teams there.
Okay.
And our one win put us like kind of deep in the bracket, so like it screwed some shit up. Like
so let you be a walker then.
so that was my argument, but that wouldn't have been fair. But
so what?
I think the only honest way to do this would be just cut him out. It's always like a double forfeit for your team and give him his money back. Then you add her money into the pot since she left.
Is it too much? I mean, that's why I don't know.
You can't just go redraw.
Well, no. I'm not saying redraw. What if you do something like where, man, I don't know. Like can you take their partner's like average PPR and like that's what you have to deal with on the other side?
Like there is a way to put like a ghost in on that side,
right?
But
then you're letting one player throw to an open board every time. Yeah,
and they're
it's
just
tough.
sliding in 4 bags like on somebody that's throwing a 2. You have no chance. Like, why would you even want to try that? So to me, like, it sucks, but at least get your money back. Like, that's because you're saying big blind draw. That to me means that there's like 20 plus teams.
I don't know. Part of me thinks like just let him be a walker. If it truly wasn't that like there was no shenanigans going on, there's no collusion.
If there was no other walker, there's a chance that could work. If there's another walker, maybe you just pair those two together.
Something.
You have one less team or something. I don't know.
Who knows,
man?
You want to cue that rap horn?
I guess.
Do it.
Get real loud for you folks at home.
Oh, thanks. All right, so you can reach us at Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Big Ass Cornhole.
And Facebook at Big Ass Cornhole Podcast. Thanks to our sponsor, Draggin Bags. Once again, Sean's got the hat. They make you look sexy. They make you throw sexy. So go get sexy over at dragginbags.com. Code BIGASP12 will save you money.
And if you want to see what we're talking about, you're like, oh, I want to see Sean's sweet hat.
Yeah.
Well, if you go to patreon.com/bigasscornhole, for the price of a beer a month, you can get access to the videos and all the bonus content that we do. We have 3 different tiers. So just come check it out. It's patreon.com. You can even sign up for free and just see if you like what's going on there. Now, I will throw it out there. A lot of the stuff I post on Patreon does not go to to the people who pay for free. But if you want to just check out the site, make sure that it's like legit, you can sign up for free. And guess what? If you love our stuff and you're a Patreon member, right? Let's say your subscription's coming up and you're like, I want to redo it, but I don't know. You can actually get this for Christmas this year. Somebody can gift this for you.
Holy crap.
So make sure you're paying attention to our Facebook page. I'm going to post a link. You can share it to your loved ones if you'd like. And they can get you a big ass Patreon subscription for Christmas this year. Because we know that's what's on your list for Santa.
I mean, why wouldn't it be?
Wow. Because guess what? Guess what my wife's getting?
Dude, I could get that for Amy.
Right?
Done.
Everyone in our family is getting a big ass Patreon.
Yay.
Yeah, I just need your credit card information ahead of time.
Let's go ahead and jot it down. We'll be all set.
But we just had a happy hour last night. We do bonus episodes. We ask questions. If you're basically trying to get in contact with me, it's the best way to do it. Go to patreon.com/bigasscornhole. We greatly appreciate your support, and we love all of our current ass polls to death. And I can't say enough. Like, it's still weird for us, and I think I speak for you too, when we go to tournaments and people stop us.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Dude.
And I know we've been
never
doing
get
this for a
old.
while, but like, it's still like when I'm like just going to the bathroom or something, someone will stop and be like, hey, like, just want to call us, love the show, like, love the content, like, keep doing what you're doing. Like, that means the world to us. So everyone that stopped me this weekend got like an exclusive, like, one-off, like, big ass like sticker. And the thing is massive.
That one.
It's huge.
Huge.
Dane, can you do, like, put it next to your face, like, there, just for, yeah, it's big. It's big. So, but yeah, so if you stopped and said something positive, thank you very much. It doesn't go unnoticed, and stuff like that, like those interactions, like, make it
Keeps us
easier to keep
keeping
doing.
on.
Yeah, man. Like, it's great. It's nice to know, like, people like the content that we're putting out there. So thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a kick-ass week, and I hope you guys enjoy this freaking interview.
I'm about to.
Dude, I'm so excited for this interview. This guy
still
was
got
super interesting.
Full beers and another full beer ready to rip.
Yeah, correct. So we're just fueling ourselves. We're actually waiting for him to finish up his current blind draw, but you
It
guys hold
happens.
tight. We'll wait for you, and we're
Yeah.
gonna fast forward. And when you
Should we
right after, yeah. So as always, we hope you throw it straight. And it's nothing but four baggers from here on out.
Cornhole it.
Later.